The stars looked different from the observation deck of the Galactic Union ship. Kate stared at the unfamiliar constellations, her green eyes wide with wonder. She never thought she would be the one chosen for this mission. A simple teacher from a small town on Earth, now the human ambassador to the most powerful alien alliance in the known universe, Commander Vrax, a tall, blue-skinned alien with 4 arms, approached Kate. His species, the Multari, were known for their logical thinking and military prowess. They were also known for their distrust of humans. "You should rest, Ambassador Kate," said Commander Vrax, his voice deep and rumbling. "We arrive at Zelturian space in 6 hours. You will need your strength." Kate nodded but made no move. To leave the observation deck. The stars calmed her nerves. In less than a day she would be the first human to set foot on Zelturia, the home world of the Empress Lyra, the most feared ruler in the galaxy. "The human species needs this alliance," Kate said quietly, more to herself than to the commander. The recent attacks on our colonies proved that Commander Vrax made a sound that might have been a laugh. "The Empress does not form alliances easily, Ambassador Kate. Especially not with species she considers beneath her. The Zelturians see themselves as the pinnacle of evolution. Their technology, their lifespans, their mental abilities. All superior." Kate turned to face him. A small smile played on her lips. "That may be true, Commander, but humans have something the Zelturians lack. What could that possibly be?" asked. "The Commander unpredictability," replied Kate. "We adapt, we change. We evolve faster than any species in the known galaxy. That makes us dangerous. That makes us valuable." Commander Vrax studied her with his 3 violet eyes. "Perhaps that is why I was ordered to bring you to Zelturia. The Empress is curious about your kind, though I must warn you, curiosity from Empress Lyra is not always a good thing." Kate returned her gaze to the stars. She knew the stories. The Empress was said to be beautiful, but deadly rumors told of how she collected representatives from interesting species, keeping them as pets or study subjects. Kate might be walking into a trap. But Earth needed this alliance. Their weapons were no match for the raiders that had destroyed 3 human colonies in the past year. The journey to Zelturia passed quickly. Kate spent the time studying Zelturian customs and language. She learned that the Empress had ruled for over 400 years, that her skin changed colors with her emotions, that she had never taken a mate considering all other beings inferior. The Zelturian royal palace was a massive structure that seemed to float above the capital city. Its crystal spires reached toward the pink sky, reflecting light in hypnotic patterns. Kate felt small as she followed Commander Vrax through enormous hallways. Her simple white uniform stark against the colorful decorations and elaborate clothing of the Zelturian court. The throne room fell silent as Kate entered. All eyes turned to study the human. The Zelturians were beautiful in an alien way. Their skin shimmered with colors that shifted like oil on water. They had 4 arms, like the Multari, but their bodies were more graceful, almost feline, and there on a throne of what appeared to be liquid metal sat Empress Lyra. Her skin glowed with a deep purple light, her 6 eyes fixed on Kate with an intensity that made the human want to run. Her hair, if it could be called that, moved as if alive, floating around her head like a living crown. "Welcome, human," said the Empress, her voice melodic, yet somehow cold. "I have waited a long time to meet one of your kind." Kate bowed deeply, as she had been instructed. "Your Majesty, I am honored to represent Earth and humanity." The Empress descended from her throne, moving with impossible grace. She circled Kate, studying her from all angles. "Tell me, human, why should I ally with your primitive species? What could you possibly offer that would benefit the Zelturian Empire?" Kate felt the stares of the court. The weight of humanity rested on her shoulders. She took a deep breath and met the Empress' gaze. "We offer a new perspective. Your Majesty, humans see patterns where others see chaos. We create where others follow. We imagine possibilities where others see only what is." The Empress laughed, a sound like crystal bells. "We have monitored your species for decades. You fight amongst yourselves. You destroy your own planet? You are violent, unpredictable, emotional." Kate nodded. "Those things are true. But they are also our strengths. We feel deeply. We connect. We create art and music and stories that move the soul. We love with our whole hearts and, yes, we fight. But when united against a common enemy, we are unstoppable. The Empress moved closer, her face inches from Kate's. "Show me," she whispered. "Show me this human strength you speak of." Kate reached slowly into her pocket and removed a small device. The court guards immediately raised their weapons, but the Empress waved them away. Kate activated the device and soft music filled the throne room. It was an old song from Earth, a simple melody played on piano, soon joined by a powerful female voice, singing of love and loss and hope. The Empress' skin shifted from purple to a deep blue. Her eyes widened. "What is this feeling?" asked the Empress. Her voice suddenly vulnerable. "It is music." "Your Majesty said." "Kate, one of humanity's greatest gifts. The ability to transform emotion into sound." The Empress reached out one delicate hand, touching Kate's face. "What other gifts do you possess?" Human Kate smiled. "Tomorrow, I will show you art and literature and dance. But tonight I hope music is enough to begin our conversation." The Empress returned to her throne, her skin now pulsing between blue and gold colors Kate had not seen before. "Prepare quarters for the human ambassador," she commanded. "The alliance negotiations will begin tomorrow," as Kate was led from the throne room. She caught the Empress watching her with all 6 eyes, her expression unreadable. But Kate felt hope for the first time since accepting this mission. Perhaps humanity had found not just an ally, but something more. Something unexpected, Commander. Vrax escorted Kate to her quarters. "I have never seen the Empress react that way," he said, his voice low with disbelief. "What was that sound you played?" Music, smiled Kate. "Just wait until she experiences chocolate." Morning came with the rising of 2 suns casting dual shadows across the crystal floor of Kate's quarters. She had barely slept, her mind racing with plans for the negotiations ahead. Earth needed defensive technology. The raiders had destroyed 3 colonies and thousands of lives. The military said Earth would be next. A soft chime announced a visitor. Kate smoothed her uniform and took a deep breath. Showtime. A Zelturian servant entered, her skin a pale yellow, her movements quick and nervous. "The Empress requests your presence in the Garden of Reflection. Ambassador Kate, please follow me." Kate was led through twisting corridors, each more beautiful than the last. The architecture seemed alive somehow, responding to those who passed through. The walls shifted colors, doorways appeared and disappeared. The palace itself felt conscious. The Garden of Reflection took Kate's breath away. Instead of plants, it contained crystalline structures that captured and amplified light, creating rainbows that danced across the ground. In the center sat Empress Lyra, her skin now a calm blue, her 6 eyes watching as Kate approached. "You slept well?" asked the Empress, though it didn't sound like a question. "Well enough, Your Majesty," replied Kate. "The accommodations are generous." The Empress gestured to a crystal bench beside her. "Said Ambassador Kate, tell me of these raiders that threaten your world." Kate sat, keeping a respectful distance. "They came without warning. 2 cycles ago. 3 colonies lost. The military calls them shadows because their ships absorb all scanning technology. We never see them coming." The Empress nodded, her expression thoughtful. "These raiders attack many worlds, not just Earth. They are a plague upon the galaxy." Hope fluttered in Kate's chest. "Then you know of them?" "Of course," replied the Empress. "My empire spans 5,000 worlds. Do you think I would not notice such a threat? But I am curious. Why should I protect Earth? What does humanity offer in return?" This was the moment Kate had prepared for. She reached into her pocket and removed a small box. "I bring gifts, Your Majesty." A taste of humanity. The Empress looked suspicious but curious. "What is this?" Kate opened the box, revealing small brown squares. "These are called chocolates, a human delicacy made from a plant that grows only on Earth. They affect our brains, release chemicals that create pleasure." The Empress looked skeptical but took one of the squares. She studied it, then placed it in her mouth. Her reaction was immediate. Her skin flashed bright gold. All 6 eyes widened. This taste, she gasped. What is this sorcery? Kate smiled. No sorcery, Your Majesty. Just chemistry. Would you like another? The Empress took a second piece, eating it, slowly savoring the taste. This would be valued highly in the Empire, she said, her voice softer than before. Earth has many such treasures, replied Kate. But more importantly, we offer innovation, creativity. Our minds work differently than other species. We see solutions where others see only problems. Our art, our music, our literature, they all come from this same place, our ability to imagine what does not exist and then create it. The Empress studied Kate with new interest. Perhaps there is more to humans than I first believed. Tell me, Ambassador Kate, why were you chosen for this mission? Kate hesitated, then decided on honesty. I volunteered. When the call went out for someone to represent Earth, I stepped forward. I was a teacher before this. I taught young humans about the stars and different species. I always believed we would be stronger together than apart. The Empress' skin shifted to a deep purple. I find you fascinating, Ambassador. Unlike any species we have encountered, your emotions are so near the surface, yet you control them. You speak to me as an equal, yet show proper respect. Few would dare such a balance. Kate met the Empress' gaze. It is the human way, Your Majesty. We respect strength, but we do not fear it. Suddenly alarms blared throughout the palace. The Empress, skin flashed red, guards rushed into the garden. Commander Vrax among them. Your Majesty, he shouted. Shadow ships, 3 of them approaching the palace. The Empress rose, her body suddenly radiating power. Activate planetary defenses, she commanded. Execute, pattern Zeta. 9. Kate stood, her heart racing. The raiders here on the most protected planet in the galaxy. How the Empress turned to Kate. Did you lead them here, human? She hissed, her skin now a dangerous crimson. Is this some trap? Kate shook her head. No, Your Majesty, I would never. Earth needs your help. Not your destruction. Before the Empress could respond, the sky darkened. 3 massive ships, black as night, appeared above the palace, their design unlike anything Kate had seen before. They seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. Defensive fire from the planet streaked toward the ships, but the beams disappeared harmlessly into the black hulls. Then, without warning, the largest ship fired a single pulse of energy. It struck the palace. Shields. The entire building shuddered. Our shields are failing, shouted a guard. How is this possible? Kate watched in horror as the raiders' ships positioned themselves above the palace. Death from above. Just like the human colonies, Ambassador Kate, Commander. Vrax grabbed her arm roughly. We must get you to safety. No, replied Kate, pulling away from him. I need to see their attack pattern. Humans have been studying these raiders for months. There has to be a weakness. The Empress stared at Kate. You would stay in danger to help us? Kate nodded. These raiders destroyed my people's homes, killed thousands. They are the enemy of all life. Your Majesty. Another blast rocked the palace. Chunks of crystal fell around them. The perfect architecture crumbling. Empress. Lyra looked at Kate with new respect. Perhaps I misjudged your species, Ambassador. The raiders' ships began a new attack pattern. Energy building around their hulls. Kate studied them intently. Then she saw it. A pattern. A rhythm to the energy pulses. 3 beats, pause. 4 beats, pause. 3 again. It was familiar somehow. Your Majesty. Kate said urgently. Do your ship's communication systems operate on variable frequencies? The Empress looked confused. Yes. Of course. All advanced systems. Kate pointed to the largest raider ship. Look at the energy pattern. It's a communication sequence. I think they're coordinating. Their shields must drop momentarily to allow the signal. The Empress' eyes widened. No species has ever detected such a pattern. Humans are good with patterns, smiled Kate. Now if we time a counterattack to that exact moment. The Empress barked orders into a communication device. The remaining palace defenses adjusted. Kate watched, holding her breath, as the raiders' ships began their attack. Sequence. Again, she counted the pulses. 343. Now shouted the Empress, a barrage of energy weapons fired from hidden emplacements around the palace, timed perfectly to the gap in the raiders' shields. One of the smaller ships exploded in a shower of dark fragments. The other two immediately retreated, vanishing as quickly as they had appeared. The palace fell silent. Save for the sound of falling crystal, the Empress turned to Kate, her skin now a color Kate had never seen before. A brilliant, gold tinged with blue. "You saved my palace, my people," she said, her voice filled with something new. "Respect, I only noticed a pattern," replied Kate humbly. "Any human might have seen it." The Empress moved closer. "That is exactly why I now see the value in an alliance with Earth, Ambassador Kate. Your species notices what others miss. You think differently. Your unpredictability is your strength, Commander." Vrax approached, bowing deeply. "Your Majesty, the damage is being assessed. The shadow ships have left our system." The Empress nodded dismissively, her attention still on Kate. "I believe our negotiations have taken a new direction, Ambassador. I offer Earth not just an alliance, but full membership in the Zelturian Empire, equal protection, equal status." Kate stared at the Empress in shock. Full membership in the Zelturian Empire was unprecedented. No species had been offered such status in over 1,000 years. It would mean protection technology, trade routes. Earth would leap forward centuries. Overnight. "I am honored beyond words, Your Majesty." Kate bowed deeply. "But I must consult with my government. Such a decision affects all humanity." The Empress smiled, a gesture Kate had not seen before. It transformed her alien features, making her look almost gentle. "You are wise to consult your leaders. Ambassador, few would hesitate at such an offer. That caution further proves the value of your kind." Repairs began immediately on the palace. Crystal reformed itself under the guidance of Zelturian engineers. Kate watched in fascination as the damage disappeared, the entire structure healing like a living thing. Commander Vrax approached Kate, his expression difficult to read for a human. "The Empress has ordered a secure communication channel established. You may speak with your Earth government immediately. Follow me." The communication chamber was a small room with walls that seemed to shift and flow, the technology far beyond anything Kate had seen before. A simple gesture from Commander Vrax and a holographic display appeared showing the United Earth Council. The 12 representatives of humanity looked nervous, their expressions changing to relief when they saw Kate. "Ambassador, you are safe," said Council President Mary, her voice clear despite the vast distance between them. "We received reports of an attack." Kate nodded. "We were attacked by the Shadow Raiders, President, the same ones who destroyed our colonies. But something unexpected has happened." She explained the events of the past day, the music, the chocolate, the attack, and finally the Empress offer. The Council looked stunned. "Full membership?" asked President Mary. "This is unprecedented." Kate nodded. "It would change everything. Earth would have the full protection of the Zelturian fleet, access to technology beyond our dreams." The council members spoke among themselves. Then President Mary addressed Kate directly. "We need time, Ambassador. This decision affects all of humanity. We cannot rush it." Request 48. Hours to consider. Kate felt a flutter of worry. The Empress was not known for patience, but she nodded. "I will convey your request." President Mary, when the communication ended, Kate found the Empress waiting outside the chamber, her skin now a calm blue. "Your leaders require time," she said. It was not a question. Kate nodded. Honesty seemed the best approach. "Yes, Your Majesty. Such a momentous decision affects billions of humans. They need time to consider all implications." The Empress gestured for Kate to walk with her. They moved through corridors that shifted and changed around them until they reached a balcony overlooking the vast capital city. The view stole Kate's breath. The city stretched to the horizon, buildings that seemed to defy physics, vehicles that moved through the air in complex patterns, life and technology in perfect harmony. 2 days, the Empress said suddenly. I will grant your species 2 days to decide. While we wait, I wish to learn more about humans. About you, Kate felt a moment of surprise. The most powerful being in the known galaxy wanted to learn about her. It seemed impossible. But Kate saw an opportunity to strengthen the potential alliance. To ensure Earth received the protection it needed, I would be honored to share human culture with you, Your Majesty, Kate said. What would you like to know? Everything, replied the Empress, her 6 eyes intense. I wish to understand how a species so young could notice what the oldest civilizations missed. Over the next hours, Kate showed the Empress images of Earth, the great cities, the natural wonders. She played more music, from classical to rock to jazz. The Empress seemed particularly moved by blues, her skin rippling with colors as the soulful notes filled the room. Kate shared human stories, tales of heroes and villains, of love and sacrifice. She explained human emotions, the complexity of feelings that drove human actions. The Empress listened with growing fascination. You feel so much, she said, her voice soft. How do you bear it? Kate smiled. It is both our burden and our gift, Your Majesty. Emotion drives us to create, to connect, to explore. Without it, we would simply exist, not live. That night, Kate was invited to dine with the Empress, a rare honor. The food was strange but delicious flavors. Kate could not begin to describe. After dinner, the Empress showed Kate the royal archives, a vast collection of knowledge from across the galaxy. I have ruled for 400 years, said the Empress, as they walked among the glowing data crystals. In that time, I have encountered thousands of species, but none like humans. You are contradictions. Fragile yet resilient, logical yet emotional, peaceful yet fierce. Kate nodded. We contain multitudes, Your Majesty. It is what makes us human. They returned to the royal chambers. A group of Zelturian nobles approached. The tallest among them bowed to the Empress, but his eyes remained fixed on Kate with obvious distaste. Your Majesty, said the noble, his skin a dark green. This human should not be here. The palace was attacked the day of her arrival. Surely this cannot be coincidence. Kate felt a chill. The accusation was clear. She was being blamed for the raider attack. The Empress' skin flashed red briefly. Careful, Zex, she warned. Your words approach treason. The noble named Zex bowed lower. My concern is only for your safety, Empress. The human species is known to be deceptive. They say whatever necessary to get what they want. Kate stepped forward, meeting the nobles. Gaze, if I wanted to harm the Empress or Zelturia, I had ample opportunity during the attack. Instead, I helped defend the palace. As for deception, I have been nothing but honest about Earth's needs and desires. The Empress watched this exchange, her expression unreadable. Zex hissed, his skin darkening further. The human speaks boldly for a representative of such a weak world. What could Earth possibly offer the Empire? Kate felt anger rise within her, but controlled it. Earth may be young, but we are not weak. Our strength lies in our diversity, our adaptability. If you cannot see value in that, then perhaps your vision is limited by your prejudice. Gasps echoed through the corridor. No one spoke to Zelturian nobility in such a manner. The nobles, accompanying Zex, moved back as if expecting violence. The Empress raised a hand, silencing everyone. Ambassador Kate speaks with the voice of Earth. She set her tone, leaving no room for argument. She is my guest and will be treated with all respect. Due to a potential Imperial member, Zex bowed deeply, his skin now pale with what Kate assumed was fear. Yes, Empress, he said before retreating with his entourage. When they were alone again, the Empress turned to Kate. You have made an enemy, Ambassador. Zex is powerful. His family has served the throne for generations. Kate nodded. I apologize if I overstepped, Your Majesty. The Empress made a dismissive gesture. Your directness is refreshing. Ambassador, most species fear us too much to speak truth. Find I prefer honesty even when uncomfortable. But be careful. Zex will not forget this encounter. Kate returned to her quarters that night, her mind racing. She had experienced more in one day than most humans did in a lifetime. She had faced down alien nobility, dined with the most powerful being in the galaxy, and somehow avoided diplomatic disaster. But something troubled her. The raiders' attack felt wrong. Why here? Why now? The next morning, Kate was summoned not to the Empress but to Commander Vrax. The Moltari looked grim. Ambassador Kate, he said, his voice low. We have intercepted communications. The Shadow Raiders are planning another attack. Not here. On Earth, Kate's blood went cold. When 3 days, Commander Vrax replied. A fleet twice the size of what attacked the palace. Your world has no defense against such a force. Kate felt the room spin. Earth 3 days. Billions of lives. We need to contact the Empress immediately. Commander Vrax shook his head. The Empress is in council with her advisors. She cannot be disturbed, but there is something else. Something you should know. Kate looked at him, questioning. The Raiders. Commander Vrax hesitated. They are not what they seem. Our intelligence suggests they are a faction of Zelturians, outcasts, who rejected the Empress rule centuries ago. They seek to destabilize the Empire by attacking its potential allies. Kate stared at him in shock, processing this information. Zelturians attacking human colonies. But why? To prevent exactly what is happening, now replied Commander Vrax. An alliance between Earth and the Empire. They fear human unpredictability combined with Zelturian technology. This changes everything, Kate whispered. We need to warn Earth. I have arranged for you to use the communication chamber again, said Commander Vrax. But be cautious, Ambassador. Not all in the palace can be trusted. Kate hurried to the communication chamber, her mind racing with implications. The Earth Council appeared looking anxious. Ambassador, Kate, President Mary, began. We have reached a decision about the Empress offer. Kate interrupted. Forgive me, President, but we have a more urgent situation. She quickly explained what Commander Vrax had revealed. The Shadow Raiders, their true identity. The imminent attack on Earth. The Council looked horrified. 3 days, asked President Mary, can the Zelturians help us? I don't know, replied Kate. Honestly, but I will do everything in my power. After the communication ended, Kate rushed toward the Empress' private chambers, ignoring protests from guards and servants. She had to warn the Empress. What if Zex and his nobles were involved with the outcasts? What if the attack on the palace had been staged? As she turned a corner, she ran directly into Zex. The noble looked down at her, his skin dark with anger. Running somewhere human, he asked, his voice cold. Kate tried to step around him. I need to see the Empress, it's urgent. Kate woke slowly. Her body felt heavy. Pain radiated from her side. She blinked. Trying to focus, the ceiling above her shifted and moved in patterns of light and color. She was still in the palace. A face appeared above her, Empress Lyra, her skin a deep, concerned blue. All 6 eyes focused intently on Kate. You returned to us. Ambassador, the Empress said, her voice unusually gentle. For a time we feared we had lost you. Kate tried to sit up, but pain flashed through her side. She gasped, falling back. What happened? Zex attacked you. The weapon was designed to kill, but your human physiology reacted differently. The Empress reached out one hand, hovering just above Kate's shoulder. You have been unconscious for nearly a day. A day. Kate's eyes widened. Earth. The attack. The Raiders. The Empress nodded. I know Commander Vrax has informed me of everything. The Shadow Raiders. Their true identity. Their plans for Earth. Kate tried again to sit up, ignoring the pain. This time the Empress helped her. Your Majesty, Earth has no defenses against such an attack. Billions will die. I have already dispatched a fleet, said the Empress. Her voice firm. They will reach Earth before the Shadow Raiders. Relief washed over Kate. Thank you, Your Majesty. The Empress' skin shifted to a color Kate had not seen before. A deep gold with flecks of silver. It was Zex who led the Shadow Raiders. She said his family has opposed integration with other species for centuries. They believe Zelturians should rule the galaxy, not share. They saw humans as the greatest threat to their plans. Kate frowned. Why humans? The Empress moved to a window staring out at the capital city. Because I have studied your species longer than you know, Kate Morgan. She turned using Kate's full name, for the first time. 200 years ago I encountered a human ship. A small vessel with only 5 crew members lost far from your solar system. Kate stared in disbelief. That would have been centuries before official first contact. The Empress continued. They were explorers. Scientists aboard a ship called the Pathfinder. They had achieved faster than light travel through means different from any species I had encountered. They were brilliant, creative, afraid, yet brave. They showed me humanity at its best. What happened to them? Asked Kate. The Empress' skin darkened. I returned them to Earth with their memories altered to protect them and your species. I knew humanity was not ready for contact with the wider galaxy, but I kept watching, monitoring your progress, your wars, your achievements, your art. I saw potential. Unlike any species in the Empire. Kate tried to process this revelation. 200 years of observation. No wonder the Empress had offered membership so quickly. She had been considering it for generations, and now Zex tried to prevent what he saw as inevitable, continued the Empress. He believed if he destroyed enough human colonies, Earth would retreat. Become isolationist, rather than joining the galactic community. What will happen to him? Asked Kate. The Empress' eyes hardened. He has committed treason. The punishment is death. But first he will reveal the locations of all shadow bases, all their ships, his co-conspirators. Kate nodded, relief and sadness mingling. Earth would be safe, the colonies avenged. But at what cost? The Empress moved closer to Kate's bed. You should rest, Ambassador. Your body still heals. Kate shook her head. I need to contact Earth. Let them know help is coming. The Empress nodded. A communication channel awaits. When you are ready with the Empress' help. Kate made her way to the communication chamber. Her legs weak, her side throbbing. But determination pushed her forward. The Earth Council appeared on the holographic display. President Mary looked both relieved and worried. Ambassador Kate. We feared the worst when communication ceased. Kate explained everything: Zek's attack, the Empress' intervention, the fleet already on its way to defend Earth. The council members exchanged glances. Then President Mary spoke. Ambassador, in light of these events, the council has voted unanimously to accept the Empress' offer of membership in the Zelturian Empire. We believe it is the best path forward for humanity. Kate felt a wave of emotion, pride, relief, hope. Earth had taken its first true step into the galactic community. I will inform the Empress immediately. When the communication ended, Kate found the Empress waiting. The Zelturian ruler looked at her expectantly. Earth accepts your generous offer. Your Majesty, Kate said, bowing as deeply as her injured body allowed. We are honored to join the Zelturian Empire. The Empress' skin glowed with brilliant gold. Excellent, she said. But there is one more matter we must discuss. Ambassador Kate Morgan. Kate looked up, questioningly. The alliance requires a permanent ambassador from Earth to the Imperial Court, continued the Empress. Someone who understands both worlds. Someone who has proven their value. Someone I can trust. Kate realized what the Empress was suggesting. My term as ambassador was temporary, Your Majesty. I was only meant to establish initial contact. The Empress moved closer, her eyes intense. I am offering you a permanent position. Kate Morgan. As Earth's voice in the Empire, and as my personal advisor. On human matters, Kate felt overwhelmed. The offer was unprecedented. A human advising the most powerful ruler in the galaxy, having direct influence on imperial decisions that would affect countless worlds, including Earth. It is a great honor, Your Majesty, Kate said carefully. But I would need time to consider. To consult with Earth. The Empress nodded. Of course, consider it while you recover. But know this. The Shadow Raiders have been defeated. But there are other threats in the galaxy. Other challenges Earth will face. You have a unique perspective that sees solutions where others do not. The Empire needs that. Now more than ever. Days passed as Kate recovered in the palace. Zelturian medicine accelerated her healing. Her injured side now, only a dull ache. News arrived that the Imperial fleet had reached Earth. The Shadow Raiders, finding themselves outmatched, had retreated, their attack plans foiled. The Empress visited daily, bringing questions about human culture, politics, art. They spoke for hours, Kate sharing stories of Earth, the Empress sharing ancient knowledge of the galaxy. A friendship forming that transcended their different species. One evening, as they watched the twin suns set from the palace balcony, Kate made her decision. Your Majesty, she said, I have considered your offer. The Empress turned, all six eyes focused on Kate. Her skin shifting through colors in what Kate now recognized as anticipation. I accept, said Kate. I will serve as Earth's ambassador to the Empire, and as your advisor if you still wish it. The Empress' skin settled into the brilliant gold that Kate now knew signified pleasure. Excellent, Ambassador. Though perhaps we should consider a new title. Imperial Advisor sounds more fitting for your expanded role. Kate smiled. It seems I have much to learn about Imperial protocol. The Empress made a sound like gentle laughter. You will learn quickly. Kate Morgan, you always do. That is your human gift. Adaptation. 2 weeks later, Kate stood before the assembled Imperial court. No longer a guest, but an official representative of Earth, now a member world of the Zelturian Empire. She wore ceremonial robes designed to honor both cultures. The deep blue of Earth oceans embroidered with the silver, symbols of the Imperial House. The Empress addressed the court, her voice carrying effortlessly through the vast chamber. Today marks a historic moment. The Empire welcomes Earth as its newest member world, and Kate Morgan, as Imperial Advisor, the first human to hold such a position. Some nobles looked displeased, others curious. Most seemed to have accepted the new reality. The Shadow Raiders' defeat had silenced many who might have opposed the alliance. Kate stepped forward as protocol dictated. I'm honored to represent Earth and humanity. I pledge to serve the Empire with wisdom and loyalty, while honoring the unique perspective that humanity brings to the galactic community. The Empress gestured, and attendants brought forward a small crystal, the size of Kate's palm. It glowed with inner light. This crystal, the Empress explained, contains all the knowledge of the Empire, accessible only to those of Imperial rank. It will aid you in your duties. Advisor Morgan. Kate accepted the crystal, feeling its warm pulse against her skin, like holding a star. Thank you, Your Majesty. I will use this knowledge to strengthen the bonds between our worlds. As the ceremony concluded, Kate thought about how far she had come. A teacher from Earth now helping shape the future of the galaxy. The challenges ahead would be enormous: cultural differences, political complications, the integration of human and Zelturian technologies. But Kate felt ready. The first step in a journey that would change two civilizations forever. That night, Kate sent a message to Earth, a report to the Council detailing her new position, her vision for humanity's place in the Empire, the opportunities that lay ahead. Tomorrow would bring new challenges. But tonight, Kate Morgan, former teacher now Imperial Advisor, watched alien stars from her permanent quarters in the Imperial Palace and felt for the first time that humanity had truly found its place among the stars. 1 year later, Kate stood on the observation deck of the Imperial flagship, the Celestial Harmony. Earth grew larger in the viewport, a blue jewel against the blackness of space. She had not seen her homeworld in 12 months, her duties as Imperial Advisor keeping her busy across the galaxy. Commander Varax, now captain of the Imperial Guard, approached Kate. Ambassador Morgan, he said, using her formal title despite their friendship. The Empress requests your presence on the bridge. We will enter Earth orbit in 1 hour. Kate nodded. The diplomatic mission to Earth was perhaps the most important of her career. the first official visit of Empress Lyra to humanity, the ceremony that would formalize the alliance that had already transformed both civilizations. The Imperial flagship was a marvel of Zelturian engineering 5 miles long with technology beyond anything humans had dreamed possible. A year ago, Kate would have been overwhelmed by its grandeur. Now it felt almost like home. The bridge hummed with activity. Zelturian officers monitoring systems preparing for orbital insertion. At the center stood Empress Lyra, her skin a calm, confident blue, her 6 eyes taking in everything. Kate bowed as she approached. Empress Kate the Empress said using the informal address they now shared in private. Your world looks beautiful from here. The blues and greens so vibrant, so full of life. Kate smiled. It is good to be home, Your Majesty. Even if only for a short visit, the Empress studied Kate. It has been a remarkable year, has it not? The technology exchange, the cultural programs, the defense network. Faster progress than either of us anticipated, Kate nodded. The past year had seen unprecedented advancement. Earth had gained centuries of technological progress, protection from threats that would have once destroyed them. In return, humanity had shared their art, their music, their literature, their unique perspective. Their creativity had revitalized Zelturian culture, bringing color and emotion back to a civilization that had grown cold and distant. Humanity has embraced the alliance with enthusiasm, said Kate. The benefits have been greater than anyone hoped. The Empress made a sound of agreement. But not all of your people are pleased, she observed. Some fear we will change you too much. Overwhelm your culture with our technology. Kate had seen the reports. Small but vocal groups on Earth, protesting the alliance. Fear of change. Fear of the unknown. It was a natural human reaction. Change always brings resistance, Your Majesty, Kate replied. But the majority of humans understand what we have gained. A place in the galaxy, knowledge protection, and what we offer in return. Our unique perspective. The Empress' skin shifted to a thoughtful purple. I have studied your history. Kate, human nations that encountered technologically superior cultures often lost their identity, became absorbed, their uniqueness fading. I do not wish this for Earth. Kate felt a rush of gratitude. The Empress genuinely cared about preserving what made humanity special. It was why their alliance worked, why Kate had come to respect and even care for the alien ruler. That is why this visit is so important, Your Majesty, Kate said, to show that Earth remains Earth, that we join the Empire as equals, not as subjects, that we maintain our identity while embracing a larger community. The Empress nodded, her skin brightening. That is well said, Kate. As always, you find the words that bridge our worlds, Captain. Vrax interrupted. Empress, we are approaching Earth orbit. A communication from their leaders awaits. The Empress straightened her posture, shifting into the regal bearing that had intimidated Kate a year ago, but now seemed familiar, almost comforting. Open the channel, Captain. The main view screen activated, showing President Mary and the Earth Council. They bowed in the Zelturian manner, a gesture of respect, not submission. Empress Lyra, welcome to Earth. We are honored by your presence. The Empress inclined her head. Slightly, the honor is mine. President Mary, I have looked forward to seeing the homeworld of humanity, the birthplace of such remarkable beings. Kate watched the exchange with pride. The formal diplomatic language hid a genuine warmth. The beginning of understanding between species so different, yet finding common purpose. The landing ceremony was scheduled for the following day, a global event to be broadcast to every corner of Earth. The official welcome of Empress Lyra. The formal signing of the Alliance Treaty. That night, Kate stood alone in her quarters aboard the flagship, the lights of Earth cities glittering below like fallen stars. She had changed in the past year, learned languages few humans had ever heard, witnessed wonders beyond. Imagination helped shape policies that affected billions across the galaxy. She was not the same person who had left Earth a year ago. A soft chime announced a visitor. Enter, Kate called. The door slid open, revealing Empress Lyra. Without her ceremonial robes, she looked almost vulnerable. Her skin a soft lilac that Kate had come to recognize as thoughtfulness. Empress. Kate said, surprised, "I thought you would be preparing for tomorrow." The Empress moved into the room, her gaze drawn to the viewport. "And the earth beyond, I find I am nervous, Kate," she admitted. "A feeling I have not experienced in centuries." Kate smiled, understanding. "It is natural, Your Majesty. Tomorrow is historic." The Empress turned to Kate, her expression serious. "I have ruled for 400 years, made alliances with 50 species, conquered 100 more. But this humanity Earth, this feels different, more significant." Kate waited, sensing there was more. "In my long life," continued the Empress, "I have seen civilizations rise and fall, species that burned bright, then faded, species that stagnated, content with what they had achieved. But humans, you create. You imagine, you feel so deeply, it changes you, changes everything around you, including me." Kate felt a lump in her throat. She had seen the changes in the Empress over the past year, the increased emotional range, the appreciation for art and music, the growing warmth in her interactions with others. "You honor us," Your Majesty said. "Kate." The Empress moved closer. "Tomorrow, when I address your world, I wish to announce something beyond the formal treaty, a new initiative. The first of its kind in Imperial history." Kate looked at her, questioning. "A joint exploration force," explained the Empress, "Zelturian technology combined with human creativity, seeking new worlds, new species, new knowledge, not for conquest, not for resources, but for understanding, for connection. The beginning of a new era for the Empire." Kate felt her eyes widen. Such a fundamental shift in Imperial policy, from conquest to exploration, from domination to cooperation. It would transform the galaxy. The Empress' eyes studied Kate intently. "And I wish you to lead it, Kate Morgan. No longer just an advisor, but a true partner in shaping the future of our worlds." Kate struggled to find words. "The honor is beyond anything I could have imagined, Your Majesty." The Empress' skin rippled with colors shifting through the spectrum before settling on the deep gold that signified happiness. "I have learned much from humans this past year, Kate. From you. Most importantly, I have learned that true strength comes not from power alone, but from connection, from understanding others, from growing together." The next day dawned clear and bright. The landing ceremony took place in a massive plaza built specifically for the occasion. Representatives from every nation on Earth gathered to witness history. The Imperial shuttle descended from the flagship, a marvel of engineering that moved without sound, its crystal hull catching the sunlight like a diamond. Kate stood at the base of the landing platform, her diplomatic robes a blend of earth blue and Imperial silver, her heart pounding with emotion. The crowd fell silent as the shuttle doors opened. Empress Lyra emerged, her skin glowing gold in the earth sunlight, her ceremonial robes flowing around her like liquid metal, all 6 eyes wide, taking in the scene. The gathered humans gasped at the sight of her alien beauty, the power that radiated from her very being. Kate stepped forward. "Your Majesty, welcome to Earth." The Empress descended the platform, moving with impossible grace. When she reached Kate, she did something unprecedented. She extended all 4 of her hands in the human gesture of greeting. "President." Mary approached, bowing. "Empress Lyra, Earth welcomes you and honors the friendship between our worlds." The ceremony proceeded according to protocol. The formal words exchanged, the treaty signed, but it was the Empress' speech that transformed the event, from diplomatic formality to something profound. "People of Earth," the Empress' voice carried across the plaza, "I come to you not as conqueror, but as ally, not as superior, but as equal. For centuries, the Zelturian Empire expanded through might, through dominance. We believed this was strength, but your ambassador, Kate Morgan, has shown us another way. Strength through diversity, through cooperation, through shared purpose." The crowd listened in rapt attention, as the Empress announced the Joint Exploration Initiative. The shift in imperial policy. The new era of collaboration, the promise of discovery rather than conquest. When the ceremony concluded, Kate found herself surrounded by Earth officials, old colleagues, friends, family, all eager to hear of her experiences in the Empire, the wonders she had seen, the changes she had helped create. That evening, a celebration was held in the Imperial Embassy, a new structure that blended Zelturian crystal technology with Earth architecture, a physical symbol of the Alliance. Kate moved through the gathering, watching humans and Zelturians cautiously interacting, learning about each other. Taking the first steps toward true understanding, she found the Empress on a balcony overlooking the city lights. The HFY alien ruler seemed content, her skin the calm blue of satisfaction. "A successful day, Your Majesty," said Kate, joining her.